Hey there, this is Hank from Living Acts 29 Ministries, and this is Are You in the Word? Today I'm going to be reading to you from 1 Corinthians, the 12th chapter. Now, by the spiritual gifts, the special endowments given by the Holy Spirit, brothers and sisters, I do not want you to be uninformed. You know that when you were pagans, you were led off after speechless idols, whether you were led off whether by impulse or habit. Therefore, I want you to know that no one speaking by the power and influence of the Spirit of God can say, Jesus be cursed, and no one can say, Jesus is my Lord, except by the power of the influence of the Holy Spirit. Now there are distinctive varieties of spiritual gifts, special abilities given by the grace and extraordinary power of the Holy Spirit operating in believers. But this is the same Spirit who grants them and empowers believers. And there are distinctive varieties of ministries and service, but it is the same Lord who is served. And there are distinctive ways of working to accomplish things, but it is the same God who produces things in all believers, inspiring and energizing and empowering them. But to each one is given the manifestation of the Spirit of illumination, and enabling of the Holy Spirit for common good. To one is given through the Holy Spirit the power to speak, the message of wisdom, and to another to the power to express the word of knowledge and understanding according to the same Spirit. To another, wonder-working faith is given by the same Holy Spirit, and to another, the extraordinary gifts of healing by the one Spirit, and to another, the working of miracles, and to another, prophecy, foretelling the future, speaking a new message from God to the people, and to another, the discernment of spirits, the ability to distinguish sound, godly doctrine from deceptive doctrine of man-made religious and cults. To another, various kinds of unknown tongues. To another, the interpretation of tongues. All these things, the gifts and achievements and abilities in empowering, are brought about by the one and the same Holy Spirit, distributing to each one individually as he chooses. For as the body is one, and yet has many parts, and all the parts, though many, form only one body, so it is with Christ. For by one Holy Spirit we are all baptized into the body, spiritually transformed, united together, whether Jews or Greeks, Gentiles, slaves or free, and we are all were made to drink of one Holy Spirit, since the same Holy Spirit fills each life. For the human body does not consist of one part, but of many limbs and organs. If the foot says, because I am not a hand, I am not a part of the body, is it not, on the contrary, still a part of the body? If the ear says, because I am not an eye, I am not part of the body, is it not, on the contrary, still a part of the body? If the whole body were an eye, where would the hearing be? If the whole body were an ear, where would the sense of smell be? But as things really are, God has placed and arranged the parts of the body, each one of them just as he willed and saw it fit, with the best balance of function. If they all were a single organ, where would the rest of the body be? But now, as things really are, there are many parts, different limbs and organs, but a single body. The eye cannot say to the hand, I have no need for you, nor again the head to the feet, I have no need of you. But quite the contrary, the parts of the body that seem to be weaker are absolutely necessary. As for those parts of the body which we consider less honorable, we treat with greater honor, and less presentable parts treated with greater modesty, while the more presentable parts do not require it. But God has combined the whole body, giving greater honor to that part which lacks it, so that there would be no division or discord in the body, that is, lack of adaptation of the parts to each other. But that the parts may have the same concern for one another. And if one member suffers, all the parts are share in the suffering. If one member is honored, all rejoice in it. Now you collectively are Christ's body, and individually you are members of it, each with its own special purpose and function. So God has appointed and placed in the church for his own use the first apostles chosen by Christ, second prophets, those who foretell the future, those who speak a new message from God to the people, third teachers, then those who work miracles, then those with gifts of healing, the helpers, the administrators, and the speakers in various kinds of unknown tongues. Are all apostles? Are all prophets? Are all teachers? Are all workers of miracles? Do all have gifts of healing? Do all speak with tongues? Do all interpret? But earnestly desire and strive for the greater gifts, if acquiring them is going to be your goal. And yet I will show you a still more excellent way, one of the choicest graces and the highest of them all, unselfish love. Thank you for joining us for our reading today. I hope this reading found a blessing in your heart. Please join us each and every morning as we continue to read through the New Testament. We love you. Be blessed. Have an awesome day. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.